Whoa! Bitcoin has successfully held our key level from yesterday, but is there a massive, potentially dangerous pattern forming on Bitcoin's 4-hour chart that could lead to a much different price target? One analyst believes so we're going to be taking a look at this. And so many of these altcoins are in some very exciting positions, and I fully expect most of these coins that we're going to be covering today to lift off if Bitcoin is able to hold its levels and potentially also initiate a pump very soon. If you love gainers, then I've got something big, green, and disgusting for you. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Buster Bustalot, and on this channel, we make gainers so you don't have to. Wow, we have a lot to be delving into in Bitcoin's chart today, as some very key things happened overnight, but more importantly, what we're waiting for and what we've been waiting for what seems like multiple weeks. What has been multiple weeks, but seems like multiple months at this point here in crypto land. We are waiting for that next big macro pattern to be shaping up. And is what we're going to be talking about today potentially what it is? And if so, we're going to go over the scenario that I think will absolutely send shivers down your spine. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss these absolutely time-sensitive updates. And without any further ado, let's jump in. So guys, on this weekly chart, this is, for the most part, a massive red wick. All we see is a wick. We see a very itsy-bitsy, teensy-weensy little candle body right there, exactly where we opened up almost a week ago today. Here we see this, it's just one gigantic wick. You can see the pressure just wants Bitcoin so badly to break above this level of resistance that's been resistance ever since the beginning of February. So keep in mind, you guys, even though we just, we hit all-time highs fairly recently, we have been at a level of resistance that's been on this chart for over a month at this point. It's right around like 58 to 62,000. It's right where this fib level is on this weekly chart. And yeah, we've just been coiling and consolidating here, and we have not been able to make a move up. So if we go to the 1-hour chart, you can see specifically in the last 24 hours, we've been battling this fib level over and over and failing so far to get above it, but we've also not had any massive drops so far. As of right now, we're actually testing this, so if this video comes out and we're a lot lower, this is our key right here. If we break below this double MA right here on the hourly, but then guys, this is the big thing. So this 4-hour chart, what you see here, this goes all the way back, dating the middle of February, actually February 19th, so exactly a month ago today. This pattern we've been in, it seems pretty valid. We have 2 touches at the top, and we have many touches along this bottom line here. Multiple days on the bottom, and quite a few as well on the top. And this is a rising wedge. Again, in bull markets, sometimes bearish patterns don't really matter that much. Sometimes we get bearish patterns like this, and we actually break up. But if this is in fact a bearish pattern and we do break down, according to Patrick Heuser, head of trading at Swiss-based Crypto Finance AG, he's just talking about this potential rising wedge. His target here, if it breaks below 54,000, is all the way potentially down to 47,000 US dollars per Bitcoin. Kind of within that $44,000 to $47,000 range. Now, massive. And guys, let me tell you one thing before we go any further. Nobody likes sideways trading, but dips aren't that bad, because what happens when we actually get massive dumps? We get massive pumps, and when we get massive pumps, we usually get massive dumps. So for the past few weeks, it's kind of been a little bit of a boring sideways consolidation. We obviously have this pattern being formed. To me, it looks pretty valid. It's reasonable enough to assume that's the pattern that we're forming right now. Again, even though this tends to break down more than it tends to break up. Either way, I have a hunch that if we do end up breaking down, if we get anywhere below 50K, it will not be long before we're setting new all-time highs. In fact, that's what I think would be the trigger for the new all-time highs. Because right now, the way I see these charts, we're just waiting for a trigger. Realistically, we've seen, again, it's not been super sideways, but it has been some pretty sideways action for an extended amount of time. Okay, we recently had this run up to that new all-time high of almost 62,000, just about a week ago. But for the most part, we haven't. We just got off of two massive rallies, and you can see that here. A rally from 20K all the way up to 42K, and then a rally from 30K all the way up to 60K, almost like 58K. And ever since that rally, which was kind of actually it was about 4 weeks ago, we've kind of just, not been doing too much. I think we've been a little spoiled, so the price action seems much more boring the past 4 weeks than it was the prior couple of months. And yeah, I think a massive dump would 100% be the trigger for the next leg up. But also, I don't necessarily think we need a dump. But it is just a pattern I'm looking for, because we cannot count that out. We cannot count out the fact, maybe we do come down to 56, 50, 55,000 and we break through. That could send us, on a pretty nice downward dump to that key level of, mid 40,000s. But again, if that happened, I think it would bounce back very, very quickly, and I think we would be breaking new all-time highs very shortly after. Same thing here on these charts. We're just holding some key moving averages on these shorter time frames. Nothing too bearish yet. Again, just on this very small time frame, we're currently testing right here about 58,350. Next test will be roughly about 57.5 again, and if we break that, if we break 57.5, 56.5 is the very last level. If we break 56.5, I do think we could initiate actually more of a dump, but we have a fair amount of levels left, I think. But yeah, as you can see, the past 3 days we've been holding on this very top ascending line here. So again, that's bullish for Bitcoin. Not bad, not too shabby. But again, a little bit boring. But altcoins are the things that are really exciting me right now. So for one, PRQ is still increasing. We mentioned it at $1.05 just a couple of days ago. I mean, we've been mentioning PRQ for a couple months now, ever since it was introduced to us. But the last 5 days specifically, I've been covering it every day, and it's up. I mean, how much is it up in the last? Yeah, it's up over 50% in the past 5 days. So really good. But the interesting thing about PRQ is that this is not the breakout. I think the breakout is going to be substantially over $2. So again, I think PRQ has a lot of room to go. Uniswap is also extremely close to another new all-time high. We actually have DOT doing really well today, up like 8% as well. Key thing for all of these altcoins, like all of these top alts are just holding very strongly above their 21-day moving averages, and they just look like they're ready to burst. They're kind of just waiting for that go signal. Then we have ADA actually doing really well. It got listed on Coinbase today also. It was Coinbase Pro, but now it also got listed on Coinbase. Guys, if we go to the entire altcoin market cap, again, it just looks so bullish. We just need to break 700 billion, which, as you can see, it's been resistance for an entire month now. Significantly above 700 billion. We broke 700 billion slightly, like 2 or 3 days, but we're so close to breaking 700 billion. And when we do, I think a lot of these alts that are all in this very good positioning above their 21-day moving averages, basically all of these alts, all of the top alts, I don't see a single top alt that doesn't look like it's potentially in a very bullish pattern if the entire market, if Bitcoin is able to just have another leg up. All of them just looking very bullish in my opinion, all bouncing on their 21-day, and I think that is exactly what's going to be happening rather soon if Bitcoin is able to initiate that next leg up shortly here. And if we did have that tumble, again, I think that within a few days, it would be very likely that we'd be seeing new all-time highs, and that would be, in my opinion, the final dip opportunity. I don't think we'll ever see a sub $30,000 Bitcoin ever again, and I think after the next week, we'll know if we'll ever see a sub $40,000 Bitcoin again. So I think we'll know very soon, because a lot of people are pointing to the fact that the very, very bottom of the next bear market, if we get one, the very bottom, similar to how our very lowest bottom of 2017 bear market was like 3,000. A lot of people are pointing to 50,000 being the very, very bottom. So again, we're still in that stage where the bull run has a lot of time left, so there's still a lot of money to be made. But these are still levels where you could probably still buy in, and even in the case of a worst crash, maybe in 6 months or 12 months or 18 months from now, you still might be in profit. Meaning if you're still accumulating right now. Oh, so let me know what you guys think. Do you think we're going to have a bearish breakdown out of that rising wedge, or do you think we're going to have a bearish break up soon? And what do you think about some of these alts as well? If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and as well, ADA, DOT, and Uni are available to trade on Bybit. So yeah, make sure to sign up to Bybit below if you're interested. And without any further ado, that's it for me. Bye-bye.